Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Here's another one. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a what? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like torta with the snack habit. Bye-ya. 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 Order as you can tell by that thumbnail. Order Chito Ranas. You done did it again, huh? Stung him. Got him. Or did he? One never knows does one. But hey, by the tail of the chain, that tells a lot of story, right? Tells a little bit of the story. And in a Minutos direct fashion, I'm going to answer the question. Did Chito Ranas come in possession of a chain? Now, I've seen other channels talk about he snatched a Nortenos chain de Sacra, right? From Sacramento. A rapper named Taliban. Now, I'm not going to put that on his plate. I'm not going to say that he literally went and took a Nortenos chain off his chest. Now, did he or didn't he? That's debatable. You know, how he came in possession of it, that's also debatable. One only knows that he has a chain resembling that of a Norteño from Sacramento. And he highly disrespected this chain. You know, I seen the video. He was ashing out his blunt on the chain, spitting on the chain, disrespecting these individuals out of Sacramento. Now, let me tell you about Sacra. I've told you about the 9-1 sickness. It's different. Growing up as a Norteño, we always seen Sacramento as a little bit of a different bestia, a different beast, a different animal. Sac's different. Sac, some people say they're Bay Area, some people say they're Valley. They call it what they want. One thing I know for sure is Sacramento has always been about the wiggleization. They've always been about their business. To see someone just come up to another person and snatch his chain, there had to be some type of allegedly's involved. There had to be some type of real friction and animosity involved in that circumstance, because not everyone could just come take your chain in Sacramento. It's not the way it works, no, period. But if he did do that, then he's on the sick one, right? He's definitely on a whole different one. And Chito Ranas definitely is different right now at this point. You know, he's a lost soul. He's crying out for help. He needs help. He needs a team around him. He needs real ones around him. Sounds getting like, I got a team around me, right there, real ones, right? He needs that because at the end of the day, guard! We're speaking real shit right here, right? At the end of the day, this is only another case. When you're proclaiming that you snatched a Norteños chain or Southsiders chain or whoever it may be, you know, we're going to get to the North-South issue right now. But when you're talking about taking somebody's chain, you're basically telling on yourself. When you're out there proclaiming, hey, I got this, come get it. If you want it, come get it back. Then you're asking for the funk. You're knocking at the devil's door and he might just answer. Now, Sacramento, they wiggle different. Okay, gunshots is like breathing air. It's normal. Okay, they don't call it South Sac, Iraq for nothing. That's little Chicago right there. Stand up. They've been handling their business for a minute. The Norteños are the dominant group, of course, in Sacramento. You got a lot of the brothers that run things, and you got a lot of the Norteños that have been running things. Now, I myself know the city of Sacramento quite well. Having done time with individuals out of Sac, having wiggled down Mac Road, having been out there in Sacramento, I know the North-South pleito is real. All the way from back in the days with 47th Street and 36th Street going at it. The game has always been real and it's been thick. Now, Sacramento's not like any other northern city where you could just kick back and it's all good in the hood and ain't no one tripping. Everybody's tripping. Grandmothers come out tripping, slipping and clipping. That's how it is. It's a very gang-infested and gang-related and orientated city. The capital of California has always been like that. Now, of course, I know a lot of you are going to say, well, LA is with that business. San Diego's with that business. Fresno's with that business. San Jose with that business, right? And I'm going to say, absolutely. Every city has hitters. Every city is well represented when it comes to the streets, or maybe misrepresented when it comes to the streets, however you want to look at it. But at the end of the day, Sacramento is something you don't play with. Now, you also got to remember, Chito Ranas is a product of Sacramento. Regardless if you're north or south, when you're a product of your environment and a product of that city, you got that wiggle in you. He's got that Sacramento blood running through his veins. And he got out and came out of prison, the level 3 yard, with the mission, on a mission, right? A mission of retaliation, a mission of getting his back, a mission of the cry out, right? He's letting every fucking buddy know, including his homeboys, He ain't going out like that. For three months. I said 3 months he sat there hungry, he said. Starving. I know how that feels. I know how that feels to go through the motions and look at that aqua fresh and wonder what the fuck that tastes like, right? I understand not having money on your books, not having anyone to reach out to when you were out there blessing and taking care of your whole team and now no one's to be found. So that builds hatred, animosity, some form or fashion of beast starts to grow within you. And you start to wonder, what's really going to happen when I get out? Are people going to treat me the same way? And then you come to realize it's not like that. All of a sudden, they're down on bended knees. They got open arms. Oh, homie, you got out. And everybody has an agenda. And everybody wants to utilize your talents and use you for something. But when you were sitting down, incarcerated, locked up, didn't nobody care. I myself only have 2 homeboys, or 1 homeboy and a homegirl, that ever looked out for me my whole time incarcerated. I got 19 years plus sitting down. Half of that on toilets. Shit. Cagada, mierda, chorro, whatever you want to call it. Sitting down on the toilet on level 4 and 3 yards. I have 19 years total, and I know exactly how the feeling is to be hungry, to be starving in that cell, watching your celly eat a sopa. Luckily for me, so I was scared you're going to separate mine from yours. We're going to break it in half. That's what canalismo is. But I've been through the motions, not being able to bring anything to the plate when he was really out there wiggling and having it. It makes every story that you tell seem suspect, suspicious. Like, Vato, you're supposed to be the big time rapper having gold chains and money and all that. And now you ain't got a fucking sopa to your name. You're rocking Bob Barkers. Come on, what the dilly is for reals. And all you could do was sit there and wonder, where did the love go? Where did the homies go? So I could understand where Chito Ranas is coming from. But I could also understand how a man does his time. A man does his time solo. A man doesn't need anybody from the calle. See, once you get locked up, you're supposed to cut the calles off. So do your own thing. Yes, I got this. I'm going to hold it down right here on mine's. You hold it down on yours, and we'll meet in the middle. And when I get out, we'll address some situations and issues. See, I had 2 friends send me money in all my time. One homegirl, we were wiggling. We was out there. The wiggle was real. Hey, we was out there. She was out there. I know she's bobbing her head because I seen her, right? She was out there doing her thing. So, of course, I get locked up, and overnight she slaps 40 on my, a little 40 piece, extra crispy with a side order of sucker sauce. She slapped $40 on my books just so that I could have a little something to eat the next day. Of course, I was there incarcerated in an 8-man cell with hella homeboys, so we went through that. We ran through that bag quite efficiently and fast. But it was what it was. At least I was able to bring a little something to the table while I was sitting in county one time for my mind, right? Another time, I'm sitting down in Tracy. I'm writing the homeboy back and forth. One of the only righteous homeboys that ever was writing back and forth with me. And then, of course, I wiggle over to Susanville, and the homeboy drops 10 big old dollars on my books, right? So I'll never forget you, buddy. $10. But you know what? He was a family man working hard for his family, and that's what he could spare us, and he did that. I'll always remember that to the day I'm dropped, right? I'll always remember that $10 because that $10 means more to me than $1 million because it came from his heart and it came from a righteous homeboy. Other than that, Sasuke, I was on my own. Homeboys were out there, gold chained up, sending me pictures, balling out. I'm talking about, damn, what that chain hit for? Oh, man, this ain't nothing but a little 20-piece extra crispy outside. Can I get a little crunch off that crisp? You know what I mean? Can I see something? Oh, no, I can't do it. See the way my bank account works. My old lady's all up in my pocket. She got the Chanel bag. Yeah, well, can your boy get, you know what I mean, a Chanel anything? I need something. But I starved through the motions, and I did my time like a man. See, I came out with the mindset of I'm not going to sit at anyone else's table. I'm going to build my own. I'm going to build my own legacy. I'm going to be my own boss. I'm going to be a boss in the game. I'm going to be like Goto's cookies doing my thing. Right? Because I'm not going to ever depend upon another man or depend on who I thought were my camaradas or my homeboys to make it for me because they don't do that. Okay, so allegedly, Chito Ranas wants to get out and his mind is discombobulated. It's out of whack. He done lost his best homeboy. He sat there and grieved. He couldn't do nothing but didn't grieve officially or well like he wanted to. Because, of course, when you're incarcerated, you can't. This man literally said, I got out of the 3-yard. Who does that? I can name hundreds of authors that have done that and had their mind right. See, when you're incarcerated, what you do is you make a plan. That's it. When you get down to that 90-day observation, they say, okay, you got 90 days to the gate. You can't work no more. This is how it goes. You know what it is. We both done did that. You know what I mean? They take your job from you, and then now you're sitting down. They're doing your parole plan. Your package is getting sent in, what you're going to wear. Obviously, I seen by what you were wearing, no one sent you even in a parole package. That's fucked up. Swifty, where were you at, bro? I understand that you swooped up on me the first day to make some music quite beneficial. I see that, right? But where were you when the Vato needed a parole package? That Vato paroled in the state shorts. I had him. He paroled in a white tee. He probably got from some gabacho in there. And he paroled with some bubble gums on. Bow, wow, wow, yippee, yo, yippee, yay. I seen him. I know that get down. I seen that look on his face, that look of bewilderment of, man, and we made it, see? We made it, you know? I seen that look on his face. That look of, man, I just went through the trenches. And all of a sudden, you want to pull up like a real one. Talk about, hey, homie, don't even trip. I had you covered in there like a state blanket, man. I made sure no one wiggled on you. Well, why come? I said, how come? I said, where come? Why didn't you do that with Money Sign Suede? I don't know. Maybe that's just propaganda. Maybe that's just a voice in the wilderness just speaking out. But at the end of the day, I call bullshit, right? I think this man was left high and dry and none of his homeboys did anything for him. So he gets out on a mission. He gets out with hatred in his heart. And who's the first people you lash out? Not the ones that did you dirty. Not the ones who were in there fucking not sending you money, probably boning your chick from the video. Not them. Oh no, you don't do nothing to your own homeboys. You're still righteously rocking that and representing that, huh? That's how it goes. I know. I did the same thing, brother. I can't be mad. The first people you lash out are the opposition, or who you think to be the opposition. The Nortenos. Now, I know if you were rocking really righteously on a 3-yard, I said, here's for Chito though. This is real talk, right? If you were rocking on a 3-yard, then you were in there under the bandera of the end of hostility. So you knew that you had some willings and dealings with Northerners. That's a fact. That's a goddamn fact. I said, that's a motherfucking fact, eh? You knew, and I know, Chito Ranas, that you know, that you had some Buenos Diases and some Buenas Noches and all that with some Northerners. Because that's how the respect game is played behind them walls. I've been through it. I borrowed CDs back and forth with vatos from Sangra, vatos from Eastside 13, vatos from Culver City. I know what it is. I did time with vatos from El Monte Flores, Florencia, and 18. Representing and respects. Buenos dias. That's the type of respect we gave each other. Hey, homie, you need a sopa? I got you. Why? Because you're a raza, you're brown. Before the end of hostilities, that's the way we're rocking and wiggling. So you know you talk to vatos. So to get out and lash out at your enemiga, maybe he was talking shit. Maybe he was talking a little bit about this and that. But according to the word on the curb, you snatched his chain and now you're showing it off. If you want this, come and get this. What type of mindset is that? Especially for your homeboys and your team around you to not be telling you, hey, come on. Calm down, homes. Not only are you asking for retaliation and asking for a whole bunch of young Northerners to whip them Mongolians out, what you're also asking for is for the placas to recognize that you're fucking up. See, you're already on the run. That's done. Signed, sealed, delivered. It's yours. You already did that, homeboy. You announced that in a song. I'm on the run. That don't make you cool. Being incarcerated don't make you cool. Being on the run don't make you cool. You're so cool that they're going to call you a culo. All that means is you misrepresented your time, homes. All the time that you sat down them 4 balas, you did nothing with them. You have nothing to show for them. Yeah, you can get out straight to the rap music. You can get out straight to the trap music. But it seems immediately you got out with a mindset of retaliation and a mindset of diminishing the legacy of what's been going on out here. The black and brown uniting. The brown people uniting. See, you got out with the mindset, I don't care, Vato. And I understand that upstate Southsiders, and I'm not saying that to put a label on them. That's what they call themselves. I'm saying that I understand that you Vatos have a different type of opposition than they do down south. See, I understand and I'm aware that down south, homes, it's more barrio on barrio, and it's been like that for centuries, homes. And up north, it's more north than south. I know, especially in a city like Sacra, where you're most hated. Now, you're out here proclaiming king of Sacra. That's a heavy crown to wear, bro. That's a heavy title to fucking wear and straight up. Especially when you're the most hated in Sacra. Now, I love Chito Ranas' music, his talent. He's the best up-and-coming rapper right now, besides Conejo, because, you know, Conejo de Harpies is the best southern rapper to me, and Dopey. I'm just about Nachi, stand up. I'm going to say, right, that's just me personally. I like his music. You know, I'm a big fan, respectfully, right? But when it comes to Chito Ranas, he is the young up-and-coming blood of the South, representing, you know, or the North South, however you want to call it, the upstate South. The Vato's definitely doing his thing. But how long is he going to be with us? When you're taking people's chains off their chests, homes. When you're snatching people's chains from Sacra, Northerners, and acting like the wiggle ain't real out there, You're lying to yourself and to everyone else that's watching you. When you're ashing out and spitting on a chain, but then you're wearing it in an interview, I don't get it. Right? There's something about that just doesn't meet the eye. Something about that, I don't get how you could spit and disrespect a man by spitting on his chain. I understand that if you really want that smoke and you really want all that, then just run up, push up. Now you done picked up a case. And if you think your circle around you and all these other people that are watching you are not going to use that against you, they are, Holmes. When you go for your violation, they're going to say, hey, you got this charge and that charge. You're going to say, to what degree? I know, motherfuckers been done that, right? Oh, hell no. They're going to be like, well, you were snatching people's chains. We got a report here. You're in the video here. You know what I mean? Possession is 9/10 of the law. But I didn't do it. It was Swifty. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you're going to tell like that. I'm just saying that's how motherfuckers do it, right? Let me tell you about Swifty Blue. Respects first and foremost to that vato because he was there day one. But at the end of the day, you were utilized, Holmes. Straight to the music video. You were in the fucking car already doing a music video. Because vatos already know where your mindset is. We got to hurry up and get the lyrics and the motherfucking bars about this vato as quick as we can because he's going to get locked up. We need to get the views and the clout and all that real quick because when he's locked back up, you'll see where you stand, Holmes. We'll see who looks out for you then. You know, you're doing these interviews and you're crying out for help, telling everyone in the world that nobody helped you. Well, guess what? I said nobody helped me either. And I could bring 100 vatos, ex-convicts, and they'll tell you the same thing. Nobody helped them. In fact, I got a homeboy, Mono. He's from down south. I ain't going to say where he's from, but he's a real-ass outsider. And ain't no one ever helped him, Holmes. I remember getting out and putting money on his books, looking out for him because he was a good-ass vato. I remember thinking to myself, everyone's looking, I thought today I'm going to go fuck it. I'm going to go get my money order, right? I remember thinking to myself, damn, he has no familia. His family went to Mexico on him and left him, eh? That vato has nobody. I seen vatos eating around him. I seen what goes on behind the scenes. I did oil time with him and chopped it up with him, so I know what he goes through. You don't know the feeling. I know, Chito, you do, but a lot of people don't understand the feeling when the homeboys are like, hey, we're going to bust a spread. You bring this, you bring this, you bring that, and all you can bring is a bowl. Okay? Sitting right there watching your celly eat zoos and wham-whams. Little Debbie. Fucking on Little Debbie while you're sitting there wishing you had a nutty bar. I say, I know the situation, but I didn't get mad at everyone else. I got mad at myself for placing myself incarcerated. I got mad at myself for not having a table to sit at. I got mad at myself for wasting time. This is when I could have been getting to that motherfucking stack. I got mad at myself. And so I got out and I did something about it. Now, I ain't got a lot of money, but at the same time, welding works, right? I did what I had to do. You got vatos like C-Mac. Oh, 50 fig, huh? You find me? Who got straight out and was walking the first minute he got out and immediately started interviewing, getting to the bag, $55 to make you holla on neighborhood career, you know, not on power, but on neighborhood. He did that. Straight to the bag with the mindset of, hey, positivity, give back to the homeless. You give out that energy, you receive good energy. He didn't get out snatching up Nortenos chains, you know, causing chaos. If you haven't noticed, Holmes, you've been incarcerated 4 years. And like I said, I know you was in there playing handball with fellas, right? With the fellas, gang, right? You're out now, I said, and instead of doing something positive in your life and making it happen for yourself and really becoming the king of Sakura and a real boss, you're out there running with who you're running, talking about something that happened years ago, eh? You can't prevent the inevitable. You can't prevent what happened. Despensa la tira, Holmes. My heart goes out to you, ese. You know, I truly wish you didn't have to go through what you went through. But look, in between that time of you losing a homeboy, I've done lost 5 or 6, eh? My homeboys would want me to push and press on to get a bag in our names, to make it happen. Not to sit there and try to snatch Nortenos chains and cause friction. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen up out of Sakura, Holmes. When you start stirring that gumbo, it says shrimp's going to pop out on you, Holmes, and splash you. Vatos ain't playing out there. Especially in a city like Sacramento that's known to wiggle and rock. You know what I mean? They get the Fraggle Rock on out there. Down on Fraggle Rock. They're going to fraggle your ass if you fuck around, right? And you know this coming from Sakura. See, if you're a real one coming out of that area, Holmes, you know, beams on the, I see it in the background. You got beams and things, right? You think you're the only one? I used to tell my own homeboys when they used to try to make it a north-south issue. Because the wiggle was real, man. Up north, yes, the focus is north-south when it comes to the Mekons. Very unfortunate. But I survived it. I was involved in it. And I can tell you guys on some real shit, man, coming from a northern perspective, being from Northern California, right? I'm going to tell you facts. The north and south weighs heavy on a motherfucker's head. Heavy on a person's shoulders, especially those that have lost family members and good friends to the opposition. But at the end of the day, if you really honestly in your heart think that they're suckers and you're just a gangster, Holmes, go test them waters and see if you don't get your toenails bit off. You're going to get clipped, Holmes. It's just straight up. Now, you're already going to go back, Chito, Ranas, and go sit down. And I think that's what you need, eh? I think you need to get your mind right so you can shine right. You know, so if you knew better, you do better. And people like Swifty and those whoever you got around you, I'm not disrespecting your homeboys. I'm saying, Holmes, you need a better team, a team that surrounds you with positivity, embracement, canalismo, and let's go get that bag. Not somebody who wants to immediately, hey, Holmes, let me get an interview, let me do this, let me do that. You know what I mean? Because your name is just being utilized. And I know about names being utilized. Mine gets utilized every day, but at the same time, Holmes, I allow them to. But I continue to do me. I continue to keep my motherfucking head over here and on my shoulders. So the question that I pose is, did he really take a Nortenos chain? Well, I guess we're going to have to see, because I don't think he's going to go out like that. I don't think the Northerners are going to let that rock, Holmes. Just like I don't think the Southsiders would let that rock. Stop disrespecting the opposition and being part of the problem and be part of the solution, eh? That gangbanging shit, Holmes, like it was, ain't like it will be. I'm going to tell you right now, people are chasing the bag, Holmes. They're out there trying to get it. They're not out there trying to clap you because you're wearing a different color or trying to clap you because you're from a certain barrio. You know, if you happen to run into them vatos, then it be where let the chips lie where they may. But at the end of the day, ain't no one out there hunting, looking for the opposition. If you are, Holmes, you're stuck in the 90s. I was getting even worse than I am. Guard! Fuck you? Nah. They say fuck me? No, fuck you. You already know what it is. Anyways, with that being said, I hope Chito Ranas gets his mind right. I hope if he really did that to a northern man, he keeps his head on swivelization, because I know them youngsters don't play. And when he gets incarcerated, he's going to have a big surprise when they use this music video and they use everything that he said against them. And instead of sitting down on a year flat or sitting down on a 3-month violation, the Vato's doing another 4 or 5. And this time, as said, your points are going to be raised and you're going to hit a 4-yard. And oh, you're going to find out, oh, how it hurts. I'm telling you, a 3 and 4 yard, there's a vast difference, I say. There's a vast difference. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get every single thing that you want coming to you. And remember, at the end of the day, man, we're all here out here to get it. We're all out here to do what's beneficial in our lives. We're out here to be real ones. Get off your lazy asses and do it, man. Formulate a plot and a plan and make it happen. Stop being a culebra on the grass, slithering, Holmes, trying to get in other people's pockets or make things happen for yourself by the sweat of another man's brow. Be a man, and say, be a man. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears this crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle and struggle and strive for what I truly believe in. And that's getting my own paper, Holmes. That's getting my own chain. Not spitting on my own shit, Sasuke. I keep my shit clean, though. You already know what it is. Guns. Bang, bang.